had a lot of successful pledges over the last couple of years. We have the pledge to wear pink, and that cured breast cancer. Because once people became aware that breast cancer existed, they were able to cure it because knowledge is power, and that gave them the power to cure breast cancer. So that's very important. We have the Live Strong bracelets, which by selling those, they raised enough money to cure every other form of cancer. We had the ALS bucket pledge, where you dumped ice water over your head. That cured ALS. And of course, we have the most successful version of this, the Kony 2012 campaign. A great campaign which saw Kony being taken from Uganda and made the president of the United States. He won the 2012 election against all odds. And just one more honorable mention, the I Pledge to Purge campaign made America great again. People pledged to purge. The purge happened. It was glorious. America's great again. So I'm going to introduce my own pledge, building on these great successes, the Fair Share Pledge. I want you, and I will take this pledge myself right here. Say it with me. I pledge to take no deductions on my taxes and to donate any refund I receive to the U.S. government. So now that you've repeated that with me, we're down for this. And let me just go a bit into the problem, because this is an awareness campaign. You see, on tax forms, a lot of the time, I don't know what it's like in America, but in Canada, there's lines for stuff. They ask you, how much money did you give to charity? How much money did you put in your retirement account? How much did you spend on public transit? And you get a certain amount of your income taxes back if you have these deductions. And normally speaking, they're established to encourage people to take part in beneficial behaviors, like saving money for your retirement. So that means the government doesn't have to provide welfare for you. Health expenses, once again, it's something the government doesn't have to provide. And people think that it's okay to just take these. People are like, well, it's legal, it's on the form, that means I can take it. That's wrong. That is, you cannot be more wrong. Those things were put on the forms by evil corporations. I saw it happen. The forms were leaving the government office. They took the forms, they wrote it in with like a Sharpie. They wrote in those extra lines, and you're being deceived. And the government is deep captured. It's run by corporations. So because of that, they go along with the charade that there's such a thing as deductions on your taxes. But you and I, we know the truth. We know that taking a deduction on your taxes is stealing. Giving less of your money to the government is a form of theft, because you don't own your money, the government owns your money. And anytime you don't give the money, even if it's legal to not give the money, means you're stealing from them. So that's why we're taking the pledge. We're going to stand back against guys like Donald Trump, who think just because something's legal and encouraged by the government means you can do it. Well, you can't. I mean, lots of things are legal and encouraged by lots of things are legal. Smoking's legal. Posting, like hiring hitmen to kill people is legal. Owning nuclear weapons is legal. But no one would say those things are good. So we need to crack down on this. And I'd like to confess to something. One year when I was doing an internship, I did it for like 9 months. I made really good money at it, and I paid no taxes that year. Now you might say that's because internship was part of a university program, and I had years of university tax credits saved up, and I traded those in. And I also, because I was living at home, I invested pretty much all the money I made into a retirement savings fund, and I got a tax refund for that. You might say that, but that is, I did something evil. I shouldn't have done that. I should have given my money to the government. And people go, well, Argent, how do I give money to the government? I mean, I'm going to not fill out those things, but what if they have information? What if the corrupt and evil IRS um, gives you a refund anyways because they have some information about that. What about like they give you a refund for payroll? Well, glad you should ask because there is a solution. Okay, in 1843, they set up a fund for people wishing to express their patriotism to the United States of America. Because paying your taxes is the only form of patriotism there is. You see how it works is the government of the United States is extremely corrupt and run by corporations, and the way to solve that problem is to give them more money. If you pay more taxes to a corrupt government that has rigged the tax code so in such a way that rich people don't have to pay taxes and then gives all the remaining money to rich people, if you give them more money, then that'll fix our current problem. We can pay off the national debt. If everyone just stopped taking these selfish deductions, we could pay off the national debt. So this was set up for patriotic stuff. The account is for general use by the federal government and can be available for budget needs. I think it's normally used to pay down the debt from what I've read. So at the moment, the government gets nearly $3 million a year in donations. And I think that's a good start. The federal debt is what, like 18 trillion plus unfunded liabilities. So it's about 150 trillion at the moment, maybe more. And I think it's a good start, 3 million a year. If we could get that up to maybe 100 million a year, I think that would solve the problem. So we're going to do that. We're going to make people pay their fair share. And you might say, if these people are so concerned with paying their fair share, why doesn't Warren Buffett just donate, not take deductions, or donate his extra money that he should be paying to the U.S. government? That's a dumb question. That's a question you shouldn't ask. And for those Canucks out here, we have the Ontario Opportunities Fund, where you can donate money to the government of Ontario to help them reduce the debt. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to not take a tax deduction this year, and I'm going to give whatever money they force on me, that the corporations force me to take, I'm going to give that to the government. So everyone take the pledge with me. This is Argent, and I hope to see the national debt paid off soon.